Good morning, everybody. It's Shelly. Thanks for tuning in. So today I'm just going to talk about accentuating the positive, eliminating the negative. Most of us have heard the song. I have been watching a Gary V YouTube video, and it's from 2017, I believe, when he came to Portland, Oregon to talk to the Dutch Brothers teams. If you're not familiar with Dutch Brothers, it's a coffee, I guess, kiosk company. They're all over the Northwest, down into California. I think they're as far as like Utah, maybe Colorado, Idaho, Montana. Anyways, it was started by two best friends, I believe. They're just a really good company. When you go through their drive-throughs, all the people that are working there are happy. And, what are you doing today? How's your day going? What do you got planned? It's kind of become a joke because they're just like, they like stick basically their whole body out the window and they're all excited. Anyways, if you want to look it up, it's Dutch Brothers. So he's doing a talk at a Dutch Brothers conference, and he's doing question and answer, and he starts out with his little spiel. And I just love Gary V. Love his energy. I don't have his energy, but I love his energy. And he said something at the beginning of this particular talk that really resonated with me, and it made me rethink things. So he said that too many people in this society are trying to take their faults and work on them to make them better instead of taking their positives, their skills, what they enjoy, what they're good at, and taking that to the next level. They're like, so I'm just going to give myself as an example. So what I love to do is I love to talk about the law of attraction. Here I am on YouTube video talking about this. Like, anybody can see this around the world that has YouTube. They can click into Creating Happy Mondays and see me talking about this. Is that scary to me? I mean, kind of when I think about it, but I still get on here and do it, and I do Facebook Lives, and I really feel like I could get in front of an audience and have that initial like holy crap moment, but then like start talking and questions and answers and all that good stuff. I really think that would be so much fun. So in the meantime, I'm trying to make money. Like, I'm not trying to make money. I got to quit with that try. It frustrates me when I hear people say try, and here I am saying it. I do make money. I make money reselling clothes online. I go to the thrift shops, go to the garage sales, and buy stuff and flip it for more. So I'll just give you an example. Like, I just bought this cute little corset top for $1.29 a pound. It probably weighs 8 ounces. So what does that cost me? It cost me like 65 cents, 75 cents. I've got it listed for like $15. So after all my fees and shipping and all that good stuff, I'll probably make like $10 on it. That's awesome. That's amazing. Like, to take something that you bought for less than $1 and make $10 on it. And that's what I do. And I'm good at it. I'm good at going to the, thrift stores. Where I got this is called the Goodwill Outlet. So it's sold by the pound. I'm good at that. I'm good at doing tarot readings, or so they tell me. I'm good at talking about the law of attraction. I'm good at, I've coached a few people, and what I consider is a success because they stopped needing my coaching and they've moved on to a better job or a better relationship, or getting out of a bad relationship. And I just love that. Like, part of me is like, well, I want to keep coaching you, but then they don't need me anymore. And that is a goal of a good coach, is there's an end game. So I feel like I'm good at those things. But then I'm like, but I want to make more money. And for some reason in my head, I feel like I need to be a salesperson, which is really odd because when my doorbell rings and I open the door and there's somebody trying to get me to put siding on my house, or somebody to try to get me to buy a vacuum. And you might think that those days are over, but they really aren't. Until the pandemic happened, we were still getting Kirby salespeople at our door wanting to come in and clean our carpet, which wasn't happening. I hate that. Like, that just irritates me. Like, why are you coming? But I get it, because I was a real estate agent, and a lot of that involves, listing a house in the neighborhood and then knocking on all the doors and saying, hey, I just listed this house. Are you interested? What would it take to get you to move to a better or downsize or upsize your home or whatever? And that's a good realtor, because they're out there, pounding the pavement, doing that thing. And they make good money doing that. And so I was like, when we first moved here, in 2010, we moved here. In 2012, I got my real estate license again. I had it back when Madison was just a baby. And I was like, I could do it up here. And there's so much more money up here, because I'm up in the Portland, Oregon area. And I'm just like, I could kick butt up here. I could get my Washington and Oregon license, and I could, for me, it was all about the money. It wasn't so much about I love looking at houses and stuff, but the paperwork and all the legalities, even though that's what all of the schooling is, it gets me spun. I'm like, I need to make sure I'm crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's. And I just didn't feel the support with the team that I had giving me that. And I like, it was less than a year and I was back out of it. And I'm just like, I can't do this. It just, I don't. And I'm still like I shouldn't even say like I'm not even over it yet, but I'm starting to get it. And I just wanted to discuss this with everyone, because all the 0 people that are watching this live feed right now, but hopefully this gets out to somebody. And if it's getting out to you, you've attracted it and you need to listen to it. I feel like I need to get past that and be this good salesperson. I need to learn Facebook, ads and how to push my content out there, and and it's just like, when I listen to that Gary Vee, and I'm still listening to it, it's like, I want to say almost 3 hours long, but when he said that, it just really stuck with me. It's like, holy crap, why am I pushing so hard to be the salesperson that I obviously don't like? Like, I don't like it when people are knocking on my door or calling my phone or pushing ads on my, whatever I'm on, like I want to look at a recipe and all these ads pop up, and I'm like, I just want to look at the recipe. I'm not going to buy all this crap. I just want to see how to make the honey garlic chicken, like, don't push all this stuff on me. It's irritating and it's frustrating, and I don't want to be rude, but I end up feeling like I have to be rude to turn people away. And so I don't want to be that person on the other end. And I keep trying to like push that, like, oh, well, I have to be a good salesperson to make any of this work. And it's like, no, I don't. I just need to be who I am. I have a little post-it here on my desk, and it says, I get paid for being me. And that is what you need, the attitude you need to have. Accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. If you are doing something that needs promoting, you might have to delve into that promoting a little bit. But as soon as you can afford to hire someone that loves to promote, get them on board with you. Even if it's like a college student that just needs like an apprenticeship or, something like that, like, get them on board, and then help give them a really good grade for promoting your product or your tarot readings or whatever it is, and start to, snowball that. And then maybe you end up hiring that person full time, and so one of the other examples that I saw of that is, I follow on YouTube, I follow a couple, they're a married couple, and they're resellers. They started with $200. They now have I'm assuming, multi-million-dollar business. They have an employee that's always on their videos. So number one, it's Rally Roots. If you are a reseller or interested in reselling, go look them up. It's RALLIROOTS. So it's Allie and, God, why can't his name obviously starts with an R. Anyways, Rally Roots. I need to get better with names. But Raleigh Roots is their YouTube channel. Go look them up. And they have this girl named Callie on there. And she's a hoot. But she does like all their shipping, does a ton of their listings. She works for them. They just bought a property with a huge warehouse. Or a couple warehouses. They're turning one of them into their huge home out of this warehouse, which is just going to be so cool. But she's been with them for years. And they just gave her a bonus. They gave her a $10,000 bonus because she means so much to them, because she does all this stuff that they don't want to do because they're outsourcing and they're out making deals for, they'll buy like a bale of t-shirts or a lot of like vintage t-shirts for thousands of dollars and make even more, thousands and thousands of dollars, reselling those t-shirts. And she is there shipping them all and photographing them all and listing them all. And so they have all that time. They appreciate her. So they've accentuated the positive with them, which is the sourcing and the finding and the hunt and that whole part of it. And they have eliminated the negative, which for them is the photographing, the listing, the shipping. So they've hired her to do that, and she loves doing it, and they treat her well, and they obviously pay her well because they just gave her a $10,000 Christmas bonus. That's what I'm talking about. You get these things in place. Like for me, I've found something that works for me with my body, with my physical body. I've struggled for years. I want to be back to where I was before I got pregnant with my first kiddo. And I have gotten within like 15 pounds of that and gained way more back. I know that when I get unhappy, I eat and I gain weight. And I know I can lose on low carb, but it's just not sustainable for me because I love sweets. That's one of my pleasures. And I'm not willing to live this life. So I'm accentuating the positive, which is being able to eat sweets, and eliminating the negative, which is trying to figure it all out on my own. So I joined Noom, and I only joined it. I just counted the days. It's like 9 or 10 days ago. And it's teaching me how to eat better. Yesterday, I went out to eat with my mom. I went to the little town that she lives in close to here and took her shopping. And then we went and had lunch. We went to a Mexican restaurant. I had chips and salsa. Instead of getting like the big, huge platter with the 3 different things on it, I got like this light meal that had beans and rice and a chicken taco. And that was it. And that was plenty for me. And I drank water. And it was just this whole Noom thing has just, it's like I've set up the negative. Like I don't have to think about it anymore, because every morning I go through like 5 or 10 minutes worth of listening to their little, I want to say podcasts or whatever they are, these little lessons. And then I track my food, I track my water, I track my exercise. And at the end of every day, I'm staying within that. And they tell you if you get out of it, it's okay. If you end up eating that piece of cake, then it's okay. Just tomorrow's a new day, instead of beating yourself up. So instead of like trying so hard and struggling every day to go, okay, tomorrow I'm going to do it. Tomorrow I'm going to exercise for a half hour. Tomorrow I'm going to drink a gallon of water. Tomorrow I'm, only going to eat, protein and no carbs. I have eliminated the negative of struggling with all of that. And I put this plan into place that's taking care of me, because every morning now it's my habit to just get on my app, look at my lessons, listen to them, start logging my food and my weight, and go for it. Already, so my weight has fluctuated a little within a few pounds, but already I have lost 4 pounds in 9 days. And I'm wearing these jeans. I'll just stand up and show. Well, you can't see. Anyways, I'm wearing these jeans, and they are like, a couple weeks ago, I would have put them on and kept them on for maybe an hour and took them off because they were too tight and uncomfortable. I wore them all day yesterday. I'm wearing them again today because I wear pants 2 times. Whatever. Because when you wear them, especially the second day, they're stretched out and they feel better. But what I'm saying is, these used to be my skinny pants, and now they're getting a little bit loose on me. And I have another pair of pants that are also the same. Like, I think I'm going to need to stop wearing those because they're getting baggy. And this is after 9 days of just doing this. And I'm having chocolate. I ate in a Mexican restaurant over this last weekend. I went out to eat twice. I went to Cracker Barrel and to a Mediterranean restaurant. You just start making better food choices and allowing yourself to have those times of like, this is what I'm going to eat. I'm going to have chips and salsa and a taco and beans and rice today, and that's okay. And it's I don't feel guilty about it. I walked away from that meal not feeling like, oh, I ate a bunch of carbs again and I ate too many calories. I didn't, because I have this plan in place. So that's what I'm talking about. Accentuate the positive. I love to eat. I'm a foodie. I want to eat yummy foods. Eliminate the negative, which is constantly beating myself up and trying to start over and trying to start over. I put a plan in place. I've also heard it like on The Secret movie. It's like, if you have debt, set up a debt payment plan so it's automatic, so it's something that you just do or just happens, and then focus on the abundance. So you know that that's being taken care of. Like, I've got 4 credit cards. I'm not saying personally, but say you got 4 credit cards that are maxed out and it just stresses you out every month. Like, the interest keeps going up, blah, blah. Go talk to a credit specialist that will help you figure out how to pay all that stuff off. When we went through bankruptcy, like, what was it, 13 years ago? That's so awesome, because we're doing so good now. We went to a credit specialist and she told us what to do step by step, because we didn't know what to do. We were in debt. We were in the midst of losing a business and losing our house, and we didn't know what to do. And we went to her. It was a free service through the state. I don't know if that's still a thing, but even going maybe to your bank and asking to talk to the financial advisor. Most banks have a financial advisor that you can talk to just for being a member there. And go talk to him and say, what should I do? And her suggestion was, you need to go through bankruptcy. And these are all the things you need to do to make sure that runs smoothly. And we followed her steps and we did it, and it just went like clockwork. And it ended up just being great. And in the midst of it, of course, it was devastating, and we lost our house and we, went bankrupt and all that stuff. But, like I just said, 13 years ago, and I just kept going, this is a blessing. This is a blessing. The whole time it was happening, even though part of me was just devastated, I just kept going, no, this is a blessing. This is a blessing. This is moving us on to the next place. And it did. We ended up having to move up here to the big city, which I would have never, ever picked. And I love it up here. I am a city girl now. People are like, oh, I want to live out in the middle of nowhere with no people. I'm like, no, I want to be able to go to Red Lobster and Target if I want to. And that's okay. I don't have to, I see all those memes where it's like, if you could live in this cabin for, a year, would you do it? I'm like, no, I don't want to live in a cabin. I want to live in a house where I can turn on the heat and the water and not have to go build a fire, That's just who I am, and I'm okay with that, and it's good. I don't have to act like, oh, I want to be away from people and people suck. Like, so many people say that. Oh, people suck. No, they don't. People are great. If you look for the good ones, if you are out there expecting other drivers to be jerks, other people to be jerks in the store, then that's what you're going to get. I go into a store and I look for the other smiling faces. And yes, smiling faces, because I am a rebel and I don't like to wear masks. So I always, when we were walking into the Mexican restaurant yesterday, my mom's putting her mask on as we're walking in the door. And she goes, you better get your mask. And I said, well, it says no mask, no service. I'm going to see how far I can take it. And she just goes, you're such a rebel. And we just laughed. We walked in. The guy goes, do you have a mask? I'm like, yeah. I put it on and ripped it off as soon as I got to the table. But yeah, like, you got to have fun, and you got to look for the other happy people. You got to look for the abundant situations. You got to look for what you're good at. If you're good at sales, I'm not saying sales is bad. I just don't appreciate sales. Like, when I go to a car lot to buy a car, I want to know when I'm getting there, that I'm like, that's what we did with the car that we bought. Is my dream car. When I got it all set up on the phone, and when we got there, we test drove it and we signed the papers. There was a little glitch with the system because it was raining so hard that day. But there was a little glitch with the internet, so they had to rerun a few things. We were there for a little over an hour and we drove away with the car because we had it all set up. That's how I like to do a sales deal. I don't want to haggle for 4 hours in a car dealership. If that's how I have to buy a car, you're not going to get my business because I don't like it. So I don't do it. And to me, those were really good salespeople because there was a price. We didn't have to haggle on it. I told them how much we could put down. I told them I wanted a warranty. Boom, boom, boom. They held the car for me for 3 days. We drove there and bought it and drove away with it. That's a car deal. That's a good salesperson to me. So, but if you're good at sales, do sales. If you're good at engineering, do engineering. If you're good at cutting hair and coloring hair, do that. If you're good at cutting hair, but you hate coloring hair, then cut hair. Don't worry about, I got to become the best colorist. No, because you obviously don't like to do it. So why would you struggle with it? Don't do it. And there's other people that love doing color but hate cutting hair. Then be the colorist. Be that specialist. And you can probably charge more because you're so good at it. You're not like the all-in-one hairdresser that just charges bum. You're like a special colorist that people want to go to. So you can charge all this money and people will come. People spend a ton of money getting their hair colored and cut and nails done and pedicures and facials and all of that. So, yeah. So there's my rant for the day, if you want to call it that. I just wanted to get that out there because I just loved what he said about that. Like, why as a society are we spending so much time trying to change our kids? He said in 4th grade, I realized I wasn't going to be a good reader and I wasn't going to be good at school. And I gave up on school in 4th grade. When he was 10 years old, which is 4th, 5th grade, he was making thousands of dollars a month selling sports cards. That's Gary Vee's story. Like, as a child, he figured it out. He figured out what he was good at. Why would he trudge through school and try so hard in school if he was succeeding in life already? He's admitted, I don't read good. I can't read. My kids want me to read them stories and it's just a shit show, Pardon my language. But he figured it out and had parents that supported him. And I think that's important. When you have a kid that's good at video games, they don't have to be good at PE. They can be good at video games. I mean, do you want them to get out there and get physical a little bit? Yeah, but you can do that by going for a walk and talking about their video game. Like, accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. You don't have to be good at those things that you're not good at to be a better person. You just have to be good at what you're good at and take that and run with it and then find people that will help you with the things that you're not good at. Because it takes all kinds. There's people that would like to work in a factory and be happy with that and taking their vacations, and there's people that want to be billionaires. There's both ends of the spectrum there, and you can be happy doing whatever it is that you enjoy doing. So that's a reminder of myself too. So have a great day, everybody, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.